Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Abandoned Exploring Mike from the UK. This is a longtime friend and somebody who explores abandoned locations, and I've joked with them many times about the idea that they are willing to hop into some deep, dark places that somebody like myself wouldn't even attempt. So I'm glad we have a channel like this where we can see some otherwise unseen or undiscovered locations, unseen footage, if that makes any sense. Abandoned Exploring Mike has been doing this a long time, and they've been a friend of ours for as long as I can remember. It's got to be well over a year now, probably closer to 2 years if I'm not mistaken. Sometimes I lose track of how long some of our friendships have gone on. We've been here a while now. Abandoned Exploring Mike is officially on the road to 3,000 subscribers, and we always say you're officially on a road when you hit a 100 milestone. Since they've passed 2,900, that puts them officially on the road to 3K, which is another exciting and important milestone. So hopefully everybody will connect with Abandoned Exploring Mike. We'd love to push them a little bit closer to that 3,000. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos and put it in a special playlist I use. I have a fun-loving name for it called my catch-up list, and it's so that I can keep caught up or get caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. Abandoned Exploring Mike has got some shorts on the channel as well, 2,800, 5,100 on one of these. There's a little bit more variety here, and then live streams on the channel as well. I hope I can catch one of these if you're going to bring these back. It's been a long time, but I'd love to catch one of those live streams. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and catching each other as often as we can as well. So, Abandoned Exploring Mike is the first channel we're looking at today because they dropped a super chat before we even started. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. Although memberships and super chats and things like that are absolutely unnecessary on this channel. Appreciated when they do happen. We just let them skip the line a little bit. Members are added to our wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and I will add more names to the wheel as the stream goes on. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the 3 hours we're going to be here. So next up, we're going to look at Charlene Heel, and that's just one of the creators that's on the wheel right now. They're actually here with their second channel called Conscious Business Services and Opportunities, and I've been lucky to collaborate with Charlene Heel on both of those channels for live streams. Hopefully I haven't missed I'm not going to miss anybody in the chat. We'll do some introductions now. I know Just Jason Keto and More was early in the door. Scratching PPA and Michael's Adventures, of course, are towards the top of the wheel like always. Members and moderators are added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and all three of them are beloved and dedicated moderators and have been for a long time. I'm adding Home Bartending with John and My Flock is everywhere to the wheel right now, but Canadian Family Life, Rainy Ridge, Butler Family Farm, and Crystal Sparkle are all on there already. I actually saw Crystal Sparkle just an hour ago. She was on with I Am Betty J Gathers. That was a nice surprise because I think it was not planned. They just hopped in, and forgive me if I'm mistaken. Butter Roll Boutique is here. VMC is in the house. Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen, of course, is with us almost every day. Fever Dream Animation as well. Herman, the Great Variety Channel, has been a friend of ours for years. Nisa Faraway is back in the house as well. They've been making frequent appearances. Driving Daily is with us regularly. Dutchfly61 is a longtime friend from the Netherlands. And then the Numismaniac is also dropping another super chat, another Canadian friend from Edmonton, Alberta. And of course, like I said, that's absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. They've done that countless times before. We'll put their channel up next. And Rextrian, Sharon, and Jackson. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I know you've changed your channel name. Just please let me know if I can pronounce it better for you. But otherwise, I'll keep it up that way. And thank you, everybody, for a little bit more overwhelming beginning than I would have expected. And I haven't quite got my system together yet. I've moved a few things around here. I got to get a different either webcam going or some different lighting or something like that. But I'll try to work that out soon and figure out how on earth I'm going to position my camera so we can get our green screen working the way we used to. The struggles of YouTube, right? Mr. Fulton Mraz is in the house and always has interesting news for us. He's been a friend of mine for about 5 years. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. I know Campbell's Creation, Learning to Quilt, is also here. And then Outfish Ontario is in the house. New Horizons Above and Beyond is with us regularly. And then we're going to look at the Numismaniac, but they've got a second channel called Santa Claus North Pole Canada that you saw come in. We'll look at both of those when they get them up here. Charlene Heel, like I said, is a longtime dear friend. She's been with us about 4 years.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And then, Herman the Great Variety Channel. So I just moved locations. I was in an office for a long time that I was renting. That was close to my parents. They needed my help for a few months there and this and that. But they don't need my help anymore. They are safe and sound and have moved somewhere else. So I will be streaming likely only from home or from my workplace, which I was doing for many years. But because I've changed up the system and changed up a couple of the things like the webcams and this and that, I got to put it all back together. And I haven't had a spare moment. So maybe by the time next weekend rolls around, we'll get it together. But the camera and me talking and all that stuff is the least important part of what we're doing here anyway. The magic of Superchat, this community, and what we're doing in these live streams, of course, always happens in the chat. It's the friendships that are made between creators while we're connecting. Austin Garrett, good to see you in the house. I know you've been here a while. I didn't say hello, forgive me. Henry Leslie Vermont, another incredibly supportive creator. And then Santa Claus North Pole Canada has a good idea for a backdrop. I actually should take a picture of what Kristen has done with the Christmas tree and everything like that, because she is somebody who gets Christmas going early. In Canada, we celebrate Thanksgiving in October, so we have a wide open, after, let's say, November the 11th, we don't have Thanksgiving to think about anymore, so we can get right into Christmas, and she definitely does. John H. Shelton, The Vlogging Life, good to see you in the house. And we'll get moving through channels in a quick second. Forgive me if I missed anything in the chat. I missed most of what happened before we just got started. That was because I was setting up my green screen and all that stuff. Izzy Ska is in the house. I've got them on the wheel. And if you give me just a quick moment, we will look at Charlene Heel and both of her channels. I see Ace Flaw 1 Andy is in the pardon me, I see Ace Flaw 1 Andy's in the house. He's been a friend for about 5 years as well. So, Charlene Heel is up on the screen, and this is somebody who brings wellness coaching on their channel. They've changed it up a little bit, but always inspiring, always motivating. A lot of variety here, but always with positive messages in the background, whether she's indoors, outdoors, or bringing us some animation. Charlene Heel has been a dear friend, somebody who wants to help others in their YouTube journey as well, and cares very much about both the YouTube journey and her community and those of us in the Superchat family. This creator's got some shorts here that have gotten into 7,000 views and halfway towards 8,000 now. She's monetized, of course, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and then live streams on the channel as well. She's live frequently. I've been with her on both of her channels for StreamYard panels. She brings a lot of guests on, but it's always inspiring inspiring, always motivating. She's got one coming up, actually, and that, I think, was expected to be yesterday, so she might have something coming up soon. And we've always got notification bells on for every channel, but we also set notifications for everything we see, including live streams and premieres. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. My Cool Dog, thank you so much for the share. Good to see you in the house. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. And let's look at Conscious Business Services and opportunities. This is Charlene Heal's second channel, and there's more positivity and inspiration here, but wealth, spirituality, and a mindset shift is the focus on this second channel. She's working on 1,700 subscribers over here, but also monetized, so lots of ways to support her when we get there. She typically posts frequently, and this is complementary content to her original channel. She's got shorts over here that have gotten into 5,000, 6,000, and halfway towards 7,000 views. She's got live streams here as well, and like I keep saying, I've been with her a couple times on both of her channels. She'll bring other StreamYard panelists up, and collaborating is always a great way to grow your channel. Every time you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're all but guaranteed to get a good handful of new subscribers. Thank you everyone again for the overwhelming beginning here. I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody in the chat, and the Numismaniac is going to come up in a quick second here.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So I'm not sure if Abandoned Exploring Mike is still with us, but they dropped a super chat before we even started, and then the Numismaniac did the same thing. They've both done that many times before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment here. I got to get Andy Aceflaw 1 onto the wheel, and then we're going to talk about 2 channels from this creator. So the Numismaniac comes from Edmonton, Alberta, and while the creator behind this channel is very community focused, I think they literally have the idea of community service literally in their backbone, let alone simply personality. So the Numismaniac does a lot for others, and you'll get the idea of that more so on the second channel that I'm going to show you. But when we look at this, they've long passed their 1,000 subscribers over here, where they talk about numismatic collectible coins and precious metals. They actually give us challenges on the channel as well. This summer they did a daily series where they were giving us something to go and research, and then had giveaways as a part of that series on the channel as well. They talk about other collectibles of value, and they have a lot of guests that come on the channel for live streams, which we'll look at in a second. When we go through the shorts, though, first, we see some famous Canadian winter weather, and one of these has now passed 1,700 views. I think it still trickles in views here and there because we see it often. Live streams on this channel often feature the Skipper, who's right here, the creator behind the channel, but StreamYard panels are frequent, and he's got a handful of guests that are regulars. We will learn some history on this channel as well. I've caught them many times. The Stock Explorers in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now, and I'm going to put up a second channel from the Numismaniac. They've actually got a few, but I'll leave it to you to find those when you get over there. But this is an important channel with a great message. Santa Claus North Pole Canada is a channel designed for us to get messages to and from Santa Claus, which I think is a great idea. I love the videos on this channel and the whole idea of it. I was under the impression that this channel was active during the Christmas season, but recently found out that it's actually active all the time. Christmas in July was a feature for anybody that can benefit from that. We know that positivity is always welcome in a lot of places. So Santa Claus North Pole Canada has been putting out quite a few videos here, and like I said, this is a great opportunity to get videos both to and from Santa Claus. They got a few shorts over here. These are increasing, and then they've got a few live streams to go along with that as well. So I hope everybody will connect with Santa Claus North Pole Canada and share it with anybody who you think might like to see it. And they're working on 400 subscribers now, so this channel continues to grow. And then thank you, the Numismaniac, again, and the creator behind Santa Claus North Pole Canada, for the super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated, and like I said, they've done that countless times before. I'm just going to get Inner Beauty Blessings Lifestyle onto the wheel. They happen to be a member, and then I'm going to spin right away, and we'll see who's coming up next. I see Scrow's Nest, who's going to bring us some travel. I think they got one of my favorite taglines on their channel as well. Scratch and PPA's coming up.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
When we look at Scratch and PPA, he is a beloved and dedicated moderator here. Every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. One of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity, and for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat. And so Scratch and PPA is interesting because he premieres every single week with perfect consistency for about 4 years now. And you see his next premiere is set up and ready to go. He usually has these ready on Saturday so they can sit in the system and kind of get the metadata percolating for a few days before the premiere runs. So if you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC, the Stock Explorer, Garden State Gardener, and a few select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. What he does in his videos is puts an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching, where he pits two tickets against each other and then offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow Scratch and PPA on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets a series apart, makes it unique, and also a lot of fun to be a part of. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. You can see the presentation's always been at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails, which also give us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. And then his banner's updated every single week, if you can imagine that, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production over 4.5 years ago. Then, when we get into shorts on this channel, we see that Scratch and PPA expanded the content here last year when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging-style shorts videos that gave us a look around all the different areas he visited and some Italian lottery tickets we might not have otherwise seen. And then his very first live stream came out of Italy during that vacation as well. So I know a lot of people will be excited to know that Scratch and PPA has expanded the content on his channel. Deb S. the Plug Mama Quilter, Deb S. the Pug Mama Quilter. We've got another channel called The Plug. Good to see you in the house. And Crystal Sparkle is coming up. We'll get their channel ready to go.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
I'm just going to try something here that is going to seem ridiculous, but Canadian Family Life has been having a lot of trouble with our chat specifically lately. So I'm just going to unsubscribe from this channel. I'm going to refresh the page. I'm going to resubscribe, put the notifications on. I'm even going to hit Premiere, put the notification on for that. I'm going to hit another video. I'm going to like this, and forgive the short comment on this, but I'm just going to drop something quickly because we're just trying to get something fixed with this channel, and I'm literally grasping at straws here. For some reason, that's been happening too. You notice all the text I was typing was coming up in black text. I couldn't even read it, and then it changes afterwards. Very weird. I don't know if anybody else is seeing that glitch as well. Glitches are very common on YouTube. So, Canadian Family Life, Tiffany, I'm hoping that some of that helps. I've got her in my approved users section right now. And she's tried resetting, changing browsers, I believe, and everything else, and it's just been a bit of a struggle. So hopefully this nonsense stops pretty soon. Crystal Sparkle is up on the screen right now. I actually saw her, like I said, about an hour ago, a little bit longer. She was on with I Am Betty J Gathers this morning. And Crystal Sparkle, I think, actually inspired a series of live streams now on I Am Betty J Gathers channel, of which I'm going to be a part tomorrow morning. So I'll be on with her at noon Eastern. And I'm looking forward to that. I haven't done as many StreamYard panels on other people's channels over the last year as I wish that I had. But it gives us a chance to kind of chill out a little bit. I can be a little slower paced. We can deep dive into either YouTube stuff or questions that anybody has. And I can elaborate far more than we do on a live stream like this, where I got to be quick and we're jumping through channels and things like that. So I hope everybody will join us. But Crystal Sparkle was on there today, and they had a good time talking. That seems like a really friendship that just must have started instantly. And it's one of the most heartwarming things about YouTube for me personally. I know everybody says that their favorite part of YouTube is the friendships that are made, but I love seeing the inside jokes, the conversations between other creators as we see friendships build and flourish. That was the whole point of this channel 4.5 years ago when we started. And then Mr. Fulton Mraz, gonna be in a Christmas concert this evening, and I don't have any tips for Mr. Fulton Mraz. He's done so many interviews and performances and tryouts for things like America's Got Talent and I think The Voice and things like that. I'm sure Mr. Fulton Mraz will be fine, as he always is. Paulie Scratcher, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. I see Ben Cyan Games is on in the chat. I'm going to get them on the wheel. Tommy Temper's in the house. His channel's growing like crazy now. That's somebody that I met on my personal channel, actually. And Tommy Temper has a one-of-a-kind channel here in the Tuber Chat family. He's been a friend for a couple years now. What he does is, with permission, restreams other people's content, usually either politically charged or something that is event-based. And he's got a lively live stream because he adds his commentary. He's got a vibrant community that's growing. It's one of the fastest I've seen growing. Where he'll look at different live streams, so there's always something, like there's always action on the channel, and he's had me featured on there many times before. And what he does is he'll flip between 4, 5, 6 or more different live streamers, and wherever the heaviest action is, he puts that up on the screen, gives us a view of what everybody's doing. It's really cool. So Tommy Temper, it's good to have you in the house. I know I haven't seen you in a while. I've had an overwhelming month and few weeks here, but hopefully I'll get back around after another couple of days into everybody's content more and more. So Crystal Sparkle, up on the screen right now, like I said, was on with I Am Betty J Gathers, and I was really happy to hear the conversation between the two of them. I was there for most of it. Crystal Sparkle's working on 1,500 subscribers now. This creator typically brings us out to conventions, and sometimes we'll share performances or charity auctions. And there's a lot of cosplay on the channel, particularly My Little Pony based, but they'll take us out on adventures as well. And now they've got a Vlogmas series. I think Crystal Sparkle in the Superchat family was most excited about seeing channels bringing Vlogmas. Not everybody can do it. You always got to hand it to anybody that can do a series of videos, right? I haven't even attempted Vlogmas ever. And then there's shorts on this channel as well. These have gotten into 3,300 views and beyond. One over 18,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well, where they could be taking us either to one of these conventions or out for a look around in their area. So hopefully everybody will connect with Crystal Sparkle. They've let us know they've got lots of content to come. Lots of stuff they filmed even up to about a year ago and are chopping up into videos and different things. And they're here with us every day. An over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And forgive me for anything I've missed in the chat. We started moving a little bit even faster now, but I see Dark Swordsman Gaming is in the house. They're dropping a super chat, and they've done that countless times before. Thank you for that. It's absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated every time, but I'm going to put them onto the screen right away. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. Shades of Grey is here. Polly Scratcher also dropped another super chat. They've done that before as well. So we'll make their channel the next one that we look at, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. Handicapped Travelers, yes, I did put you on the wheel. And Andre Southgate brings us prize fighting. They are in the chat, so thank you for being here. That's another friend of several years now. And then, yeah, Betty J. Gathers has been doing a great job of promoting the live stream for tomorrow. So I'm happy to be doing it. She's been a dear friend for a very long time. And let's look at... oh, I think actually I got to do something here quickly. Canadian Family Life is trying to come back in, and it's given them the 20-minute time limit. I'm just going to take it off for a second here. When you want to change that time limit, when you have a live stream either set up or running, you can go into this customization area here. There's a few selections, including if you're going to raid afterwards or live redirect. But you can just adjust this, timer for your chat, how long people have to wait before they can chat after they subscribe. And that feature really helps with spamming and trolling and things like that. We don't have a lot of that trouble, fingers crossed, of course. If we do, we'll just dial it back up. I'll put it back on in a while if I remember. Wayne's World Unlimited from the UK as well is dropping a super chat, so we'll put their channel up right after Polly Scratcher. They've done that before as well many times. Always appreciated, never necessary, of course. And then let's look at what Dark Swordsman Gaming is doing.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then when I am looking at Dark Swordsman Gaming, just before I do, I'm just going to see Michael's Adventures is mentioning, yeah, when you have the subscribers only feature turned on, some people won't come into the chat yet, right? Either they're in a situation where they can't subscribe, maybe watch on a TV or something. It's a little bit clunky to do that for anybody who's watched YouTube on a television. It's not as easy as just, tapping the screen on your phone or even clicking on a computer. Here in Tuber Chat, it really helps for a couple of reasons, because while in most cases you would want as many people coming into your live streams as possible, here in Tuber Chat, we really want to target the like-minded YouTube channel owners that think the way we do, basically with generosity at the forefront of their mind and the willingness to do for others much more than they expect for themselves. It's sad to put it the way that I'm going to, but it doesn't seem to be common. Luckily, there are a ton of people. I mean, this channel's up to over 5,500 subscribers now, so thank you everyone for that. But that tells you that there really are an abundant number of generous people out there willing to think the way we do, willing to help each other the way that we do, but we know it's not for everybody. So we don't want anybody to waste their time. I don't want somebody to come in here, and we've had it a couple times where somebody's come in, done what we're doing for a couple hours, then not wanted to do it after and things like that, which is fine. Everybody's got to make the right decision for their own channel, and that timer really helps though. I dial it up heavy just because we really want to give people a chance to see exactly what we're doing before they decide to come in, if they're going to, for that reason, if that makes any sense. So Dark Swordsman Gaming is somebody who's been a long-time dear friend, not to mention they're a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They have dropped another super chat. They've done that countless times before. Video gameplay is what they specialize on their channel, or specialize in. I'm just going to grab the latest video, their Dark Souls gameplay here. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. When you dig through their videos, you're going to see what they've done recently, which is added different color-coded frames to their videos, so that if somebody was to get to their channel and find a game that they wanted to see played, they would instantly know. Like, for instance, Final Fantasy 13. Any of these videos with the green frame around the thumbnail are going to be for Final Fantasy or Final Fantasy 13. So they could basically binge watch without jumping around to playlists and things like that. There's a lot of terms that we talk about here every single day. They start to become natural to us because we're in the YouTube world. But for somebody who's just viewing and just wants to watch some content, they may not necessarily be thinking about playlists and binge watching and all the different ways they can support and things like that. But we want to catch every view we can. And there you go. So, Dark Swordsman Gaming is also commenting on those frames. And then when we look at what they're doing with shorts, they've just started with those, but hopefully they'll continue. And then live streams on the channel as well. They stream frequently. As you can see, every few days they're on, and they mix up the video gameplay here with a lot of popular titles. I've been introduced to games from this creator, including Stardew Valley, which I continue talking about now. I'm really interested in like independent games and people who've started from scratch and things like that without a AAA studio behind them and things. So Dark Swordsman Gaming is going to bring us games of all types. They're at almost 200 subscribers now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther up and over that milestone. And obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, to say the least. So what we're going to do right now is take a break for about 3.5 minutes, and then we'll come back with Paulie Scratcher. They also dropped a super chat, and so did Wayne's World Unlimited. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated always. And right before we do that, I'm going to play for you a clip from our video series now. I did some interviews over the summer, and these are conversations in an interview style where I ask the featured creators their opinion without adding a lot of my own. And the conversations go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long, and not everybody has the same things to say. So it's really informative, and it gives you some insight from creators who, first of all, have been friends of ours literally for years. Secondly, all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask, is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, you know, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers, so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So, ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period. I was given a huge model to build, and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it, so it'll be another like 8 years. So I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit, and people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it. But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean. You know, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, you know, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage, and that you're basically making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too.
Yeah.
Each person, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
right, I see Whistle Stop Homestead is in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Sometimes I wave through the chat when we're on those breaks. We'll do another one of those in, I don't know, 20 minutes or half an hour. Something like that. I took a few names off of the wheel. I do that frequently through the course of the live stream. We still got about 2 hours to go. But it's lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. I know not everybody can be here every single time we stream, and certainly not for 3 hours. I do appreciate every moment, but for any of our members, I'll always put you on the wheel as soon as we see you in the chat. If I've removed a name, I'll put it right back on as soon as I know that you're here. So just once in a while, as long as everybody's active, that will be great, and I'll appreciate it. And then Wayne's World Unlimited is coming up in a moment. Polly Scratcher's up right now. These creators have both dropped super chats. They've done that before, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. And then Ben Cyan Games is still in the house. And Cruisin' Koozies is here. So Henry Leslie, Vermont, I believe, and forgive me if I'm mistaken about who mentioned it, the idea of Canadian family life. They've tried everything. They've been through Apple, Android, Windows, switching browsers, and they're having trouble on more than just Tuber Chat for premieres and live streams, but it's been something that's been going on for a while now. Whenever we see these glitches happen, they eventually disappear. Like they stop being a problem, usually after 2 weeks. Ridiculous in 2024 that it takes 2 weeks to fix something on an online service with the money that Google and YouTube have, or take from us, let's just say. But you know what I mean. It's a ridiculous amount of money, and they can put any number of people on there. Here, a message for Google and YouTube. I'll help you if you want. I'm a programmer as well. I'll come and fix this problem if you want to hire me right now for, like, I don't know, $350,000 a year or something like that. Whatever they're paying all these geniuses over there. So Polly Scratcher's up on the screen right now, and they are scratching lottery tickets. I know that Polly Scratcher mentioned the idea, hopefully your videos start to pick up after I put you on the screen, but to be very honest, that's really not the way things usually work. You may have a couple of people go over there while your channel is on the screen, and the idea is to watch a video. The first video here is perfect to connect with because it's over 4 minutes long, and but it's not too lengthy that it's going to take up a lot of time. But the idea is that here we're making friends. Once you've done that and you've got a true, solid, and strong foundation of, let's say, 100 people, right, which is reasonable over a few months or a little bit more. And I'm not talking about just subscribers. I'm talking about true friends who care about your channel, care about your content, truly want to support you. What'll happen is they'll be there for everything that you're going to put out in the future, or most of it. And this is where our channels all start to get to a point where every video gets 100 views. That's a great place to be when you know for sure. And anybody who's there will remember here in the Tuber Chat family from their beginning what it was like to hope for an extra, like, wow, I got 15 views on my video today. That's really cool. I only got 13 on the last one. And that's the truth. I've been there too. I promise you. I know what it's like. We all start at 0. But eventually you get to a point where every video gets 100 views. And if it doesn't, something's wrong. Wouldn't that be a wonderful place to be? And we can get there. But that's the thing. A strong, solid foundation. And the idea, of course, is giving to others much more than you expect from them. If you want 3 views on your videos, you go give 10 to other people. If you want 3 comments, you go give 10 to other people. It's not right, it's not fair, it's unbalanced, but life's not fair. So we truly have to have generosity in our minds, in the idea that if we give much more, that's the secret to all of this, much more than we expect to receive from others, I promise you, over the long term, you're going to get much more than you ever even imagined from other people, and you hear it in the stories that I tell all day. Could work from home, Butler Family Farm. Yep. No, I'd go to the office. Hey, for $350, why wouldn't I? Or $250,000, sure. Polly Scratcher is mixing up the lottery tickets here. I'm just going to grab the latest one. They put this out just a couple of hours ago, as a matter of fact, and they're posting almost, I was going to say daily for the last couple of days, but they're posting frequently, and a lot of really cool looking tickets here as well. Shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 1,200, 4,100 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. I wonder if Scratch and PPA or just Jason Keto and more might know about this, but apparently the Price is Right. Kristen let me know that they were going to come to Niagara Falls. They might have been filming even this weekend. I should have thought of it and made an effort to go there. That would be really cool, because I've watched the Price is Right as much as anybody, and certainly it is a revolutionary show. I know it's like forever 100 years old or whatever it is, but it's something that I think, I don't know if anybody can go through life with a television without ever seeing The Price is Right. And I'm unsure about that, but it's cool that you got some lottery tickets here as well. Polly Scratcher is going to do some live streams. For a lot of creators, that's where the audience really comes in. You look at the view counts on your live streams compared to a regular video, and a lot of times you're going to find heavier view counts. I believe that one of the reasons, and I can't prove this, but this is what I've calculated over the years, is that YouTube seems to give you about 1 view for every 5 minutes that somebody is active in your live stream. So if you have 20 people there and your live stream only went for 5 minutes, you get 100 views, right? If that makes sense. And again, I'm not saying I'm right. This is what I have calculated or figured over all these years. But it seems to be the way. So live streams, can really do well when it comes to that, but I think for most creators, live streams don't get as many replays as we wish they would or think they do, whereas videos are what drives a channel in almost every case. Oh, it's actually not coming up. It's coming up. Thank you, Scratch and PPA, for that. It's coming up in a few weeks. I wonder if there's a chance I can get to that. That would be really, really cool. Marketplace Boutique, good to see you in the house. That'd be cool for a vlog, right? Not to mention, what an incredible thing to get on the show. But yeah, it would be a cool thing to see that. And then I'm missing a few things in the chat, so pardon me. I'm just scrolling back for a second. And then thank you again, Polly Scratcher, for another super chat, though. They've done that many times, and so has Wayne's World Unlimited. So we'll look at their channel right now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And then yeah, a couple of highlighted milestone messages here. Trish the Natural, thank you for that. I didn't realize Polly Scratcher that we just looked at took over our stream boss position as well. That's the video game life meter under my camera here. Every super chat and membership, super chat, membership, and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for a little while, and that will be Polly Scratcher right now. Just Jason Keto and more. I looked for you on Thursday, by the way. Hopefully you do another stream this week. And then, yeah, thank you again, Scratch and PPA. I haven't watched Price is Right for a while, but I think it is still Drew Carey. I thought that was a surprising pick so long ago after Bob Barker. I loved him in Happy Gilmore. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. For when actors play themselves in movies and television shows, I think it's the funniest thing. Like, so The Office, for those of you who like that show, if you watch the entire series like 4 times in a row and then realize that, oh, now I'm losing his name here. one of the characters, one of the older characters, was a band member in the Grassroots, and when you realize that he's playing himself in the show, it makes the whole thing that much funnier. And yes, I've watched The Office all the way through an unreasonable amount of times. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anyone in the chat. Polly Scratcher's got a live stream for New Year's. I typically am not around on holidays, actually. I don't do live streams, like especially Tuber Chat. We won't be here Christmas, probably not Boxing Day, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, things like that. I'm unsure, so we'll see. But typically we try to be here 3 times a week. So Wayne's World Unlimited, thank you for a super chat again. He's done that countless times before. He comes from the UK. He mixes up a lot of variety, but takes us outdoors more than anything else. Usually for a look around and a story to be told. Got a birthday present there. So happy belated birthday to you, Wayne's World Unlimited. I'm just going to grab that latest video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. Wayne's World Unlimited does one really unique thing on their channel. So we have a few creators that will add bloopers or outtakes into their content. Wayne's World Unlimited will often make an extra video for the purpose of bringing us the outtakes or bloopers. As well, this creator's done really well with shorts. So they've gotten a few of these now into 8,000, 10,000, and 13,000 views. But one of them, over 244,000 views, which is great to see with an Xbox. I have the same one. And then live streams on the channel as well. They've started with these. We'll see if they're going to continue. I know they got a brand new avatar here, so that's looking really cool and professional. And they're working on 900 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can get them up towards that milestone as well. Six Bows is back as another friend who's been with us about 4 years. Forgive me, I know you've been here for a while. I missed saying hello to you. She is an incredibly supportive creator as well. Emotion New Soul is here as a member and a moderator. I've got them on the wheel. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Did I miss Kelly Family Adventures coming in? Yeah, they happen to be a member as well, so I'll get them on the wheel. And let's think about spinning, and we'll see who's coming up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
I can't believe I couldn't remember Creed's name, Creed Bratton. He's actually a musician. But Creed was part of the Grassroots, which is a band that was very popular, or quite popular, let's just say. And I don't know how familiar I'd ever been with their music as opposed to the name of the band. But once I found that out, my dear goodness, did I almost fall off my chair. And it continues today. It changes the whole aspect of the whole thing. Handicapped Traveler says their entire video is a blooper. They really never get it polished. Yes. Actually, I have never done it. I should have taken a lot of outtakes. Maybe someday, if I ever have an abundant amount of time, I'll get back through these things. So I save everything. I would recommend everybody do if you can. The most important thing is to save your videos, of course. If the worst happens, you could always fire up a new YouTube channel instantly. But having the raw footage of all the things that you filmed, we're all going to have tons and tons of outtakes and bloopers and things like that. And I always thought that I would splice them together and put them out on April Fool's Day. That would be a funny thing to do, but I haven't ever got around to actually doing that. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So Trish the Natural is up on the screen right now. This creator's got a professional look to her channel and always has. When you dig through her videos, you see each thumbnail gets its own look, but the bright, bold headshots make her recognizable. And the most compelling thing here is the idea that when you roll over the video, you can see that the thumbnail and the content of the video are so similar that's going to really help with retention, because when somebody, we all know what clickbait is, right? Somebody's going to make a video and try to get you to click on it even though the content is not really what you expected, but you're going to click right off and the retention will just get crushed there. But when you have a thumbnail that really represents what's in the video, you have a great chance of holding on to somebody because they're pleased or satisfied with the idea that they've arrived at something they meant to see, if that makes any sense. So Tristan Natural will likely do well both with branding and with retention over the long term because of the professional look she gives to her videos. You can see that she's a dynamic creator as soon as I roll over these. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 27,000, 43,000. She's been doing a lot of celebrity tributes for a while there, and then live streams on the channel as well. Up to a couple months ago, she's done many of these. There's our friend I Am Betty J Gathers that I keep talking about today. Collaborating in any way is a great way to grow your channel. So Tristan Natural is going to talk to us not just about natural hair care, but other health, beauty, and lifestyle ideas. And she's been doing this from the beginning, but she gets into things like wigs and weaves when it comes to hair care and things like that, and all the different things we need to know. She's working on 2,800 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. She's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for as long as I can remember. It's been several years with her, and she's monetized, so lots of ways to support her on her channel, including super chat, super stickers, and super thanks. Emotion New Soul is dropping a super chat. I'm just going to put that creator onto the screen right now. And then, yeah, Paulie Scratcher, it's always a best idea, in my opinion, when we're serious about our YouTube channels, not to clickbait. You're never going to, I can't imagine we're ever going to hear about a channel, not necessarily with subscribers, but making money or bringing in revenue the way that we all might think and want to, that says like, oh, I just clickbait my videos. There's a scam right now, actually. This is really upsetting and disappointing to me, where there's a video out there, and forgive me, Emotion New Soul. I'm going to come back in a second and see if I can find this thing. Wonder if I can find this channel. It doesn't seem to want to come up right now. Here it is. This is a scam, right? So this is made to look as if it's Elon Musk doing a presentation about Dogecoin. I cannot believe this has been going on for days, and I'm really upset about this, because what they're doing on this channel is they're putting up a QR code that anybody can scan, and what happens is they're making it look like, with AI, that Elon Musk is saying, oh, send me some money and I'll send you twice as much back. And unfortunately, people are going to get hoodwinked because the guy's a billionaire or trillionaire or whatever he is by now, and they just think that that could be possible, and it's just awful that YouTube can keep that on, when we know that it's a scam. It's so clearly, I don't know how they're getting through the system in that way, but it's awful. So just as a note on that kind of thing, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, we have to be cautious always. And there are a million stories out there about people getting ripped off. I've been ripped off a handful of times, and I'm paranoid. I always think everybody's trying to rip me off, so it's hard to steal from me, and I've been stolen from as well. And when you see something that is too good to be true, I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. There could be good, amazing deals and opportunities out there, but please just always be cautious, especially if somebody asks you for money online that is not offering anything, right? Somebody's like, oh, I'm having trouble, I can't pay my phone bill, can you help me out? I would like to think that any of us here with the generosity in our minds would help anybody who was truly in need in any way that we could. but there are a lot of ways to help people without directly sending money. Some of that comes down to teaching a person to fish as opposed to giving them the fish, right? Which I believe in wholeheartedly. A lot of times, even I have, been willing to send a small amount of money to different people who have offered something, right? If a YouTuber was, let's say, having a hard time and saying, oh, Kevin, can you help me out? I just need like $20 for gas money or something like that. But I'll advertise your channel on my thing or something like that. I have done a couple of those things before. Don't ask, because I won't do it now that I've told the story. I won't do that in the next little while. But there's lots of ways to help people. I feel I better serve by showing everybody how to make money. Even though we don't talk about it specifically here in detail, there's a lot of ways where you can help somebody. Because I could say, hey, I give you $20 today, or I could teach you how to make $20 a month for the rest of your life. And, life changes once you start getting into that kind of thing. And the Taylor Swift tickets, Canada had, I think in Toronto, we had 6 shows or something from her. That continues. Anywhere where there is high attention in the world, and you can see that on Google Trends or even on Twitter and other platforms, when you go into the search bar, it shows you all the things that people are searching for right now. There's scams behind all of them, and some of these people are really good. I've heard horrifying stories about how much money has been ripped off from people in crypto and things like that. So we have to be careful. Crypto, in my opinion, is real. I follow it all the time. Never want to tell anybody to get involved in that stuff with money that you can't afford to lose. And I know it sounds ridiculous when people put it that way, but it's really true, right? So, I don't know, maybe you buy a lottery ticket, and I don't want to encourage anybody to do that either. But let's say you had a scratch ticket this week, were given one by somebody, and you scratched it and got $1,000. That's a different story. That's money that, you didn't expect to have. And if you really truly could say, like, oh, I'm going to ride that on some cryptocurrency that, somebody's talking about, and I don't care if it goes away, well, we have to think about that before we do it and this and that. But these are ideas. But I just want everybody to be cautious and careful about everything. Right? I tend to be, like I said, be paranoid, and even I've been ripped off over the years too. It gets harder, but these are just ideas. And then, Polly Scratcher, my goodness, yes. The, and I try to spread the love as well. We all do. Everybody sees each other. There's lots of ways to help people without directly donating money as well. Nobody can donate every single cent that they have come in. There's other ways to help. We know with our YouTube channels, the number one thing is probably sharing. Probably sharing helps the most. We talk about commenting. We talk about the thumbs up. You can always run playlists for people and this and that. It doesn't always come down to, I wish I had $5 or $20 or $100 to give somebody. There's lots of ways to help, so that when there are people around who do have or can afford to abundantly spend money on YouTube super chats, memberships, and things like that, the channel will be in a position to accept it, right? As opposed to worrying about every penny everybody's got going back and forth. If that makes any sense, forgive me, because I dance around these subjects, right? 99 Midnight Gamer, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Together We Travel, another longtime friend. Good to have you here as well. A crisp red 50, yes. It's funny too, because our not all of our American friends or friends from around the world, from the UK and everywhere else, might even know. If you haven't seen Canadian money, you can see it on the Numismaniacs channel, but if you haven't seen Canadian money, a lot of people laugh and call it Monopoly money, because ours is all colored. It's not just green like our American friends. There could be different shades of green, but their money looks much more similar than ours. It really does look like Monopoly money, and they change it up every few years as well. Emotion New Soul is here as a member and a moderator. We'll talk about their content in a second.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then, Blessed to Crochet, I've got you on the wheel. When we look at Emotion New Soul, we see a talented singer and songwriter, performer, and producer with an official artist channel. And what he does is brings us his original works in the form of music videos more than anything else. Sometimes he'll do a compilation or even a live stream Tiny Desk type concert where he's literally performing for us. Then he rounds out his channel with reaction videos. He's got some shorts over here. These have moved into now 1,400 and 1,700 views and beyond. And then he's got a second channel as well. He's monetized over here. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we look at writing with Emotion New Soul, we're going to see behind the scenes look at how the music is made, as well as a better look at the man behind the music. So this is the second complimentary channel for Emotion New Soul, Writing with Emotion New Soul. Also rounds out this channel with shorts as well as reaction videos, and then possibly compilations in the form of live streams as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Writing with Emotion New Soul and his original channel. Here we'd like to get him up and over that 800 subscriber milestone. He's well over 11,000 on his original channel. And then, like I said, he's here as a member and a moderator, an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Sister Winnie never forgets that thumbs up. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And rambling with the brooms, yes. Hopefully we'll have a meetup in January. That's the plan right now. Bedside Games is coming up. We'll see what they've got going on their channel.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And well, thank you, Butler Family Farm. If they got a third channel, I think Susan's got her own account, right? Am I right about that? I think Susan Butler, Jerry Butler might. And then Bedside Games is up on the screen right now. Oh, I missed that. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. Sorry, Bedside Games. I was talking so much there, like I always do, that I missed your super chat. But thank you for that. So luckily the wheel caught that. And I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Actually, Bedside Games took over the Stream Boss position, that video game life meter under my camera again. And every super chat membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of that Stream Boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for that reason. Oh, and then thank you, Butler Family Farm. He's got a few accounts, I guess, as well. And then Bedside Games is up on the screen right now. This is a longtime friend. He's doing something really interesting on the channel. I'll go back to the videos in a moment. He's live right now because he's live every single day. He's doing what he's calling the Everywhere Forever-a-thon. He's on 1.5 years of this now. Episode 546. He's doing this every day. And usually video gameplay is the focus, but the conversation can go anywhere depending on what the chat is doing, different moments. He's got some shorts over here that have gotten into 3,600, 9,700 views and won over 500,000 views, which is great to see. Those bar chart races I find mesmerizing at times. Bedside Games has got a lot of video gameplay on the channel and videos as well, so hopefully I'll bring more of those. The channel's growing. He's working on 4,200 subscribers right now. Sir Dank for Jesus, thank you for coming in with that channel. That's Handicapped Travelers with a second channel, and I'm just going to put that onto the wheel in place so I don't forget to feature that channel when I get them both up there. Oh, we're rambling with the brooms. If it's January 18th, then you might as well come all the way to Niagara Falls and we'll go on Prices Right together. If they haven't sold out already. They could have sold out. I'm going to have to look that up later. See if there's any chance of that. Kristen told me about it and I was like, I don't know. You know, I tend to not jump on opportunity.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Heavens Fire 18, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I don't know what video I was not watching but running today. I'm sure everybody understands I run more videos than I watch, but I fell behind with my catch-up list and I was still going through it today. And Heavens Fire 18 had a video. She got an enormous knife, something like Kristen Welton would have. That she was talking about. Home Bartending with John is another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. This creator actually happens to be a silver member, so we see their channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. And Ben Cyan Games, forgive me, thank you again for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then let me just do something in the background here. Home Bartending with John is working on 600 subscribers. This creator actually brings us 2 one-of-a-kind channels in the Tuber Chat family. This one here is where he's going to teach us how to make some of the most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. We don't have to have a home bar set up quite as elaborate as what John has got here, but when we get to the channel, he will show us what it takes to keep a bar like his replenished, along with the tools we're going to need behind the bar to make some of those popular cocktails. Sometimes he does it in different variations as well. So he might show us 2 or 3 ways to make a drink, and he takes requests on his channel, which I appreciate because he's done a couple for me already. In between the recipes, you're also going to find a lot of product reviews. And like any other, this can help us understand whether we might like something before we go and spend money buying it and trying it. But he also does comparisons between different beers, liquors, liqueurs, and he might bring us a series or collection of cocktails like non-alcoholic mocktails or low-calorie cocktails and things like that. Home Bartending with John has got some shorts here. One of them still moving. These have gotten into 1,600, 2,500, one over 8,800 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. He's been featured on many other creators' channels, and we'll keep our notification bell on in case he's going to keep those live streams coming back up, if that makes any sense. When we look at Home Bartending with John, we see a second channel, The Pipe Guy. And this brings different content than I've ever seen before. He's doing industrial pipe art and industrial pipe lamps on this channel. He's just got a few videos so far, a couple of shorts and a Star Wars themed video to get started with, but this is really unique as well. So you want to make sure you get the right spelling for that name, match the avatar, make sure we get to the right channel. There's The Pipe Guy. And 65 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the first 100. It's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, of course. My Traveling Gypsy Tarot is going to be coming up next. And right before we bring that channel up onto the screen, we're going to go on another break here for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from our interview series. And these are listed both in a playlist and as a podcast on the channel. And all of these conversations are in an interview style where I ask the featured creators for their opinion without adding a lot of my own. The conversations go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, and all of the featured creators have been longtime friends of us here, literally for years, in the Tuber Chat family. All of them have also long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views. And people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm gonna go first then.
Yeah, you want to master at this one?
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that. Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something. And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on, but the thing about it is that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna skyrocket, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fun because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag changed, it could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part, because like if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, oh, I can just look at a plane, or oh, what's going to happen here? I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags,
It does make a difference.
it does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like, there, what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video. We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like, a month later, we're like, wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up. And I know people probably don't know it's really good, but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, wow, this is like not great. But we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice.
All right, we're just about back. My Traveling Gypsy Tarot dropped a super chat. They've done that before, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Absolutely unnecessary, of course, but very much appreciated always. I did take a few more names off of the wheel again, so for any of our members who are still listening that haven't been seen yet, then just please be active in the chat. Say anything at all, I'll get you back on there. We still got a long way to go. We should be here for another hour and a half or so. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. So my Traveling Gypsy Tarot, we've heard about tarot many times before. We've got lots of creators in the Tuber Chat family that have seemingly an unlimited number of decks to go through, and this can give us some insight as to what's been going on in our lives, what might be happening today, and what might be to come. This creator is now working on 1,200 subscribers. They got quite a few shorts over here already. These have started to get into 500 views and beyond, which is great, and then live streams on the channel are frequent. So they seem to be on, I was going to say daily, but at least a couple of times a week. Seems more like 3 times a week or so. And it's great to see you collaborating with others as well. Familiar faces in the chat, or on the thumbnails is what I mean to say. Hopefully everybody will connect with my Traveling Gypsy Tarot. They're here with us frequently, just about every, almost every live stream. And again, they dropped a super chat. Like I said, they've done that before. So obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then Just Jason Keto and more. Yeah, thanks for saying that. So the test and compare feature with YouTube thumbnails, they give us the opportunity to upload 3 thumbnails for every video right now. I don't know if they're going to expand that to live streams or shorts. I hope that they do, but who knows. But I've been using that so far, and the idea is you can put up 3 different styles of thumbnails, and then it will automatically default to the one that's getting you the best click-through rate. So it should be helpful, but I've enjoyed using it. It can make some of the stuff a ton of work, right? Like I've started using AI like ChatGPT. I've always used things like TubeBuddy and Rapid Tags to like help with tags to get them out fast and make lists quickly if I find myself in a rush. And now the thumbnail thing slows it down because, in my opinion, you want to put up 3 different styles of thumbnails, like very, very different, so that YouTube can pick. Because we might be surprised at what people are going to click on and what they're going to avoid. It's always a surprise, the videos that do well and the graphics that do well on our social media and things like that. I've been on social media as long as anybody, and I can put up all the same stuff I always put up. Hey, come watch me, listen to me, and everything else, and it doesn't get a lot of traction most of the time. But if I bake a lasagna, bang, does my Instagram start to move a little bit farther. Cake and meat eat day with Cherry. Good to see you in the house. I gotta get a haircut too. I'm overdue by at least a week right now. Try to do it every 5 weeks or so. My Traveling Gypsy Tarot, hopefully everybody will connect with. Again, thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. We'll spin the wheel and we'll see that Handicapped Travelers is coming up. They got a second channel here, and this is going to inspire us in a spiritual way. Sir Dank for Jesus is coming up.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Yeah, Handicapped Travelers wants to make me laugh in the chat, except I have to tell my hairdresser that I've been using forever, no, the minimum amount. So we do a haircut, but anything that doesn't need to be touched, we don't need any extra disappearing. VMC, that's really cool. Yeah, I have had the same haircut basically my whole life. I don't like change, apparently. And then Sir Dank for Jesus. So like I said, this is a channel that's going to inspire us in a spiritual way. You get the idea from their thumbnails and from their titles and thumbnails. Forgive me if I asked already, Handicapped Travelers. Am I pronouncing that correctly? And forgive me for not knowing. Just Jason Keto and more started cutting their own hair right around the COVID situation. You know who really, really, really won in that? Anybody who made videos about how to cut your own hair at home before all of that stuff happened, when everybody had to be inside and things like that. So, you know, we couldn't have predicted it, I don't imagine. But that's an example of like an unexpected win, right? When you're doing something that a world event or a newsworthy event takes over and kind of makes something fly. And let's spin the wheel. Sir Dank for Jesus comes to us from Handicapped Traveler. I keep calling it Handicapped Travelers. I keep calling it Handicapped Traveler. They added an S to the name after. Handicapped Travelers, and 1,300 subscribers right now. They're working on 1,400. They're already more than halfway there. They are working on some cooking videos right now, actually. They just let us know they're doing some cinnamon biscotti, if I'm pronouncing that right. And I'm just going to grab the latest video that they put out yesterday, though. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with their latest video. They take us out for some travel. They bring us into their home and give us a chance to get to know them. They've got shorts on the channel as well with some famous winter weather there, getting into 1,400 and 2,600 views and beyond. And then live streams on the channel. And this is where we get into about once a month. So they just did one a week ago. I was upset to have missed that, but hopefully I'll catch you for the next one. And Handicapped Traveler is going to talk about travel more than anything else, and you can see that that comes from a certain perspective. So I'll let you read the About page so you can get an idea about that. But they bring us both of these channels. Hopefully everybody will connect with them. They've been with us just about every day lately, every time we stream, for which I'm grateful. I know not everybody can be. I do appreciate every moment. And then let's get a look at Backyard Trucker happening.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then Backyard Trucker, I was saying I was going through my catch-up list today. Pardon me, and I was on the computer, but I was running it, not as much watching it. But I did see this making some muffins video, and it made me think I should say something. The last stream or a couple of streams or recently, I've been mentioning the idea that I was baking when I was young. When I was in about 6th to 8th grade, we had to take cooking classes, but I found myself enjoying it and baking things all the time. I would bake cakes constantly and this and that. But just so everybody knows, not that it matters, but I wasn't baking from scratch. I would get a Betty Crocker box of whatever mix, put the egg in the water or whatever else went into it, and then just ice it with frosting that was already made, kind of thing. I learned how to make frosting later. I can't even remember what goes in it, but just between icing, sugar, water, and I don't know, one or two more things. Really easy stuff. So I used to do that, but not like hardcore baking like a lot of our friends are going to do on their YouTube channel, especially our homesteading friends. Now, Backyard Trucker's in the middle of Vlogmas here. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list again here. But they let us know when they first came into the Superchat family with their About section that they're going to film just about anything and everything that they can find entertaining to share with everybody. They happen to be a truck driver, a self-employed small businessman. He's out on the road constantly. You'll see that the shorts on the channel have done really well. Some of the dash cam footage really gets a lot of views. 12,000, 13,000, 15,000. And then live streams on the channel was just live this morning. I was kind of in the background there, but I was in there for a few minutes. And Backyard Truckers live almost every day. So they'll take us on the road with them. And they've been doing a lot of vertical live streaming, which YouTube is trying to promote. So they've actually found a bit of success getting promoted by YouTube a little bit on some of these vertical live streams. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They often collaborate with Marketplace Boutique. I'm going to put Jody's channel up now.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Cake and me eat day with cherry is making me laugh. That's Danforth Avenue Wellness. They've been a long-time friend. They change their name on the channel frequently. And then, yeah, so Bensai Games. I actually have that in my mind every day, the idea of making a cryptocurrency. But I would love the idea of someday, it won't be soon, but someday in the future, of making something that could be legitimate, like that would have some kind of value. I know it's possible to make meme coins, and if people are really lucky, those things will fly for a second. But yeah, there's been platforms out there for a while. I can't remember if it was what it was called. There was a coin that I had for a while, a long time ago. And it was one that was designed to help people make their own cryptocurrency. That's why there's literally millions of them now. There is controversy over a bunch of that stuff. So I watch the crypto industry daily now, but I am always cautious about things like that. But it's very cool, but thank you for bringing that up. Hilda DC's in the house. Janine's World is also here, so thanks for coming in. Oh, and then so Danforth Avenue Wellness is asking about vertical live streams. Let me go back to Backyard Truckers channel just for a second here. He collaborates with Marketplace Boutique often, so that's why I was going to put that channel up. I'll put it up in a second. So you notice that when I roll over these, even though he's got a thumbnail on some of these live streams, they're actually vertical format. So we're literally like, we're holding our phone like this instead of like this. And YouTube is really promoting that. So they've got new ways for people to get monetized, sorry, that's not the right way to put that. They've got new ways for people to monetize their streams through things that seem to be competing with Instagram Reels and TikTok. They're calling them jewels. So instead of saying I'm going to give you a super chat for 99 cents or $1.99 or whatever it's going to be, you can buy a pack of jewels, probably for $1, $5 or $20 or whatever, but then you can give tiny amounts. In TikTok, I think they're roses, right, where a rose is like a penny. So you can really spread the wealth between a lot of channels. So I think they're just trying to compete with that. YouTube always seems to be following, never leading in this way. But when they do their live streams in vertical format, what YouTube has started doing is promoting vertical live streams to shorts viewers. So if somebody's going through shorts videos and they're flicking through their phone, you know, like this, going through thing, they might accidentally run into your live stream. Then what happens is they can, if anybody pauses a live stream, there should be a button that comes up that says live, and then you can go through all these vertical live streams, because some people will prefer to watch in vertical format. You know, as much as 99% of the content on YouTube must still be in horizontal format. So these are just ideas. And your vertical live streams can be promoted to the shorts audience. Sounds ridiculous, very clunky. They've done, in my opinion, a terrible job of putting this all together and explaining it, because it's very confusing. And even though I followed it, I believe I understand, it is all but impossible to describe all of these things in a smooth and clear and concise way. So I would suggest everybody go and look into these things. but also possibly try it. You're going to find a lot of people who don't like vertical format content on YouTube, but what I have found is it's usually channel owners, right? Viewers are different. If somebody likes watching shorts, they like it. If somebody doesn't like it, that's fine too. And then Tiffany is in the house. Is that Tiffany from, pardon me, Canadian Family Life? Yeah, it is, yeah. Tiffany, because Canadian Family Life, the channel, hasn't been able to come into the chat properly for a while. They've been really glitching, not just here. Forgive me for anything I missed in the chat, either on that subject or anything else. If anybody needs me to elaborate, I will be happy to do that. Oh, and then, yeah, Kelly Family Adventures. That's another, forgive me, I don't like to be negative, but that's another headache in itself. So, vertical shorts, well, all shorts are vertical, but 3-minute shorts now, you can go up to 3 minutes long. If you do a short over 60 seconds, you have to consider the idea of music differently than if your short is 60 seconds or under. That was a horrible decision, but it's what we have to live with now. And then 3-minute shorts should start showing up in everybody's YouTube studio under the Shorts tab. If not yet, soon. There was a video they put out a while ago that said it would be sometime in December, but who knows? These dates seem to change. So these are just ideas. Yeah, Heaven's Fire 18. Shorts get the most views, but, you know, one of the things we all have to think about with our YouTube channels is what is the goal of the channel, or purpose, might be a better way of putting it. If you are running a YouTube channel because you have information to share, you want your family to have videos to watch and things like that, that's understandable. Lots of people start for that reason. If you have a business, you're using your YouTube channel as a social media network, or the opposite, you're using a YouTube channel to start a business. That's another way to do it. If you're trying to monetize your YouTube channel and literally bring in revenue, it's very possible for a channel with, let's say, 5,000 subscribers to make just as much money as a channel with almost 100,000 subscribers easily. It depends on the purpose of the channel and the strategy behind it. So views, subscribers, thumbs up, comments, all the other things we talk about, and revenue are different. Right? So if somebody says to me, I want subscribers, okay, I can help you with that. But if somebody says, I want revenue, I can help you with that too. But you have to not care about subscribers as much. You know what I mean? Because when you want 2 of something, it starts to get a little bit more complicated, if that makes sense. Yes, things change all the time. Butler Family Farm, and they've changed in abundance, or abundant number of ways, if that makes any sense, for people who came long before me. I've been on for 7 years now, so I've seen a few changes, but I can only imagine the changes that have gone on in the first 7 or 8 years of YouTube, or however long it has been. Fairbrick Studio, good to see you in the house, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone, or saying hello to everyone. The Bud Files is up on the wheel right now. I was going to look at Marketplace Boutique, so let's see what Jody's got going on.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
So Marketplace Boutique is Jody. This is a creator who lets us know on our About section. She was actually looking for a looking for a career change quite some time ago, and turned to e-commerce in around 1998. Now she uses her YouTube channel primarily to teach us the ins and outs of buying and selling on platforms like eBay. She actually takes us out shopping and shows us how she buys collections of things that she can split up and sell individually. So lots of secrets when it comes to this channel. And then as well, she lately has been doing a lot of videos to help us with our YouTube journey. So she talks about YouTube promotions here and gives some insight into exactly how to get that done. That's why you see a lot of channels growing very rapidly from the promotion system. It's basically like online advertising for your channel. And then Marketplace Boutique will bring a lot of variety into the shorts videos. They've been doing this for a long time, but these have gotten into 13,000, 14,000, and even 19,000 views. And then live streams on the channel as well. So Jody might be collaborating with Backyard Trucker. She might be on the road. She might be on the water. She might be by the fire, and brings more variety in that way as well. So she's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and she's here with us just about every single stream, and I see her out supporting other creators as well. Blessed to Crochet, let me just get your channel back onto the wheel. I remove names every once in a while if I haven't seen somebody, just to make sure we get through as many channels as we can. And then I'm just scanning the chat to see if I missed anything. I think we're good to go, and then I'll appreciate it if anybody lets me know if I did miss something. We'll spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So the Bud Files is up on the screen right now, and this is a family behind this channel, and they are seeking to be modern day archaeologists more than anything else, uncovering history, digitally preserving it in video. They do that by taking us to abandoned locations, graveyards, cemeteries, and other touristy type destinations, usually with a lot of history to be learned. They've got an entire series here called Way Back Wednesday. So they do a really good job of keeping track of their followers and those who are supporting the channel most often, or in abundance, and then so they do a shout out video for just about every 100 subscribers. They just did another 2,400 one year. Monetize, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've really expanded the content on the channel with a lot of variety over the last couple of years. The shorts give you an insight into some of that variety and all the different things they'll do, mostly outdoors, sometimes indoors, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they could be singing, dancing, or playing a game. They could be out in a touristy type area, or they might be bringing us into their home. And I've been lucky enough to catch them for a lot of these live streams. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Bud Files. They're working on 2,500 subscribers. It's another family of creators that literally seem to be everywhere all the time. And again, we'd love to push them towards the 2,500. So when we look at VMC, they have their tablet running on their channel. So if you're especially if you're logged into your own account, you won't get watch hours for the time that you're running your own videos, if that makes sense. I can't be certain about using another account if you're in the same IP address and things like that. So one of the things I often talk about, the algorithm and the YouTube system and all that, is smarter than we think it is. And even when I say that, it's smarter than we think it is. So whenever anybody's thinking about watch hours, I would always recommend spending the time and energy to find a new friend to swap playlists with or trade favors with, as opposed to trying to find a way to just get more watch hours for yourself, because we've been fighting this battle for many years already. And then forgive me if I'm missing anything in the chat again, everyone. And oh, thank you very much. Yes, Danforth Avenue Wellness. It always helps. Every moment helps for retention. Even if somebody's just letting a stream run, I go in. I know we've got a few friends that do that in the background here. I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen soon. What I'm going to do is take a We'll take a break for another 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, we'll play another clip from our interview series, and that is a collection of videos in a playlist and as a podcast. These are conversations that are in an interview style where I ask the featured creators for their opinion without adding a lot of my own. They're all longtime friends of ours here in Superchat, and they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting, I'm not sure if they're here in the chat right now, if that's just their membership rolling over, or never mind, there they are. So thanks for keeping that membership going. I really do appreciate that. I'll get their channel up onto the screen, or onto the wheel in a moment. Kelly Family Adventures is coming up next.
So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
Yeah.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, Be there for the ones that are coming back, and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. Somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
All right, we're just about back. I'm way overdue for adding a name to the wheel from our chat list. I usually do it, an hour earlier than this. I just put Bella's Whisper Farmstead on the wheel. We're a little bit busy today, so I'll keep it at that for now. We'll start rifling through channels a little bit faster here. We'll get to as many as we can in the next hour. So Kelly Family Adventures, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And this is a channel I'm still getting to know. There's lots of information on the About section here. I'll leave everybody to read that for yourself, but it looks like we're going to get a lot of travel here, Disney focused a lot of the time. And I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos. It looks like a Polar Express. That's interesting. That's a train video. I was going to say cruising. No, that looks like a train. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to see what you've done there. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels, and then over weeks and months by hanging out in premieres, live streams, and watching videos, I get to know the content. And if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well. When we look at Kelly Family Adventures, we see they're working on 4,600 subscribers, which is great. They've done well with shorts, too. 20,000, 29,000, one at 945,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So I don't know if I've caught you. So 2 months ago, I might have caught that live. But I'm looking forward to hopefully catching you again. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Raymond Tacular Forever, good to see you in the house. I'm going to put Fever Dream Animation on the wheel as well. They've been active today like always, and here since I think the beginning of the stream actually. When we look at Bella's Whisper Farmstead, we see a creator that's now closing in on 2,000 subscribers, which is great to see. When we dig through a lot of the videos, you're actually going to see Kristen and Mike together. They share a bit of the work here, and you might occasionally see Mike doing his own video on the channel. But both of these creators really put a lot of consideration and thought into, I believe, the planning of the videos as well as the filming and presentation. So I've enjoyed many videos on this channel, and they're going to bring us homesteading on a budget specifically. Most of our homesteading friends are going to help us save money in different ways, but this channel is focused. One of the latest videos that I watched was actually of a Great Depression era recipe, for instance. Easy to make, only a few ingredients, and came out better than they expected as well. Bella's Whisper Farmstead has got some shorts over here. When we look at this channel, we're going to see 2,700, 3,400 views on some of these shorts, and all of the content here is in line with the long form content on the channel as well. Occasionally there's a live stream. Kristen will take us for a walk, usually by a river, and give us a story to be told, and we'll be looking forward to more of those. Like I keep saying, we got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So I'll spin, we'll get another channel ready to go. Canadian Family Life is coming up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Paranormal Poet is in the house, and I also saw... Oh, I feel like I'm missing a channel that came into the chat. Blester Crochet is still here. Forgive me. I'm going to get your channel back onto the wheel. Yeah, I don't mean to miss anybody in the chat. I feel like I missed... The Adventures of Kenny and Debbie. There you are. Yes, I almost missed them. Canadian Family Life is up on the screen. Tiffany's here. She's in the background. She's on her personal channel there. You see Tiffany H, her personal account. But that's Canadian Family Life. They're just having trouble with those glitches, getting into a lot of chats and... premieres and live streams and things like that. So when we look at Canadian Family Life, though, they're now over 11,000 subscribers. They're growing rapidly. They've got monetization all set up, so lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Tiffany's in the middle of Vlogmas right now, so I've got the premiere set for today's video, and it's coming up at 5 o'clock, as a matter of fact. And Tiffany, if you want to move that to 4 o'clock, I'll be happy to raid into it if you would like, because we're going to be on for another hour. Our time zones are different. She's in New Brunswick, but I'm in the Eastern time zone, closer to Toronto and Niagara Falls, where it's 3 o'clock for us now. So if you want to just move that back by 1 hour, I'll be happy to raid. You can let me know if you want to do that. Canadian Family Life typically brings us grocery hauls, cooking videos, challenges between husband and wife, lots of Happy Mail videos, shout outs for other channels, and they have an impeccable container garden. I consider this a homesteading type channel. And they're popular in the homesteading community as well. When we look at Canadian Family Life, we know that they are bringing us a lot of Canadian weather when we get into their shorts videos that have gotten into 2,500, 2,800, even 5,500 views there, and then live streams on the channel as well. So she was recently on with I Am Betty J Gathers. I'll be on with I Am Betty J Gathers tomorrow at noon Eastern. But Tiffany's actually been on dozens of other channels. That was the first thing I think I noticed about this creator in this channel. She's recognizable because I've seen her in so many other people's thumbnails, and part of that is the feature that comes from the StreamYard system, where people can push live streams out to each other's channels and gain more watch hours for everybody that way. So hopefully everybody will connect with Canadian Family Life. Her husband, Chris, has got a channel as well. It's called Chris's Creation Fun. I'll leave you to check that out if you want to. Tiffany actually gets the whole family involved in the channel, whether it's videos or live streams. And monetized, of course. Like I said, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And let me spin the wheel. Oh, and then Blessed Crochet is talking about there's a promotion that went around from YouTube. And forgive me, because we use the same terms for a million different things. I really think they need to split these things up, but that's just my opinion. And find different terms for everything. But there's something going around right now to promote members-only content, and it's a really small number of creators that have got this, but they're basically offering a bonus. I think it's $200, if I'm not mistaken, if you just put out 2 members-only videos and members-only posts and do maybe a members-only live stream. It's in the spirit of promoting memberships, of course, but I've seen a couple creators have reached out and let me know they got this. So that's really cool. In my opinion, it's really easy to accomplish the goals on that, but we'll see what Blessed Crochet comes up with for that. And then when we look at Heaven's Fire 18, this channel's got some information on their About section for us.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So like I said, Heaven's Fire 18's got quite a bit of information on their About section. They're now at 76 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. We know it's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. One of the things we're going to find on this channel is a lot of these furry friends, and they bring those in a few different videos. This is the latest one I ran today. Like I said, I was running it, not watching it, but they had an enormous knife, I think, going on. Something like we know from Kristen Welton in unboxing videos. When we look look at shorts on the channel, we see that these have gotten into 500 views and beyond. Nice to see the cats getting along there. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they just did this a couple weeks ago. We'll see if they're going to bring some more live streams up. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. That gives us the chance to catch each other as often as possible. And then thanks for the share, VMC. Wheats Art is in the house as well. And let me spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @ Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And pardon me while I'm just looking at something in the background here. It looks like we're going to see Butler Family Farm. So Jerry and Susan have 116 acres worth of farmland to share with us here. And let's see what they got going on the channel. They show us everything that it takes to look after this 116 acres. They got lots of livestock there too. They got bees on the farm. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, and dogs. Jerry and Susan share the camera work here. They're often together, but sometimes they split up and do different things. They might bring us into the kitchen. They might bring us into their home. They might take us around the property. They take us out to meet other creators, and Jerry sometimes brings us into the shop to show us some of his woodworking as well. Generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. I've joined them on their channel a couple of times now and monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Butler Family Farm's growing rapidly. Jerry let me know that they've been using the promotion system within the YouTube studio, which is a legit way to grow your channel rapidly. Marketplace Boutique gave us a how-to video there, but Jerry's done a live stream explaining the process as well. Shorts feature a little more variety here, but all in line with their long-form content. 12,000 views, went over 50,000. Then when we get into live streams, we see that they're live every single Monday as a minimum. Did I miss last week's live stream? Susan's birthday, forgive me for that. I have had I know I say it all the time, I have had a overwhelming couple of weeks. It's all for good reason. 2 weeks ago I had a week where everything in the world was going wrong. One thing after another, and you can't do anything but laugh, right? Things go wrong and this and that. Everything took more time than it should. It was twice as hard as it should have been and everything else. But I got a couple of more days, and then things should finally start easing up. I've been saying it a long time. But forgive me for that. So hopefully everybody will wish Susan a happy belated birthday. I know it's a little bit late now. They'll be live again on Monday. They're live every Monday, sometimes with a guest. Like I said, I've joined them a couple of times. Sometimes they'll have a StreamYard panel going on. Most often it's Jerry and Susan either introducing us to someone or giving us a chance to get to know them. And they do that, like I said, every Monday at just before 7 p.m. Eastern. You're going to meet a lot of friends on their channel because between the StreamYard panels, the meetups that they go to, and the live streams that they do while they're there, sometimes they can have up to 70 or 80 channels worth of creators and supporters getting together. So hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. And like I said, they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then, Butler Family Farm, I don't have, now I put your pen away. When I had my office, I had Jerry sent over a beautiful pen and pencil set that he actually makes. You have to see how this is done in woodwork on his channel. And I had it sitting on my desk for the longest time. I had to pack everything into boxes and then move it all. I have to go back through it, decide what goes into storage and what can come in here, but I don't have it right beside me again to show. So I'll have to leave it to everybody's imagination for now until you can get over to Butler Family Farm to see what I'm talking about. And they've been over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters for as long as I can remember.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream. pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then, Tales Told in the Dark. Cassie, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. She's been with us about 4 years as well. Hilda DC has been around that long with us here in the Tuber Chat family, and she's here as a beloved and dedicated moderator. And she is known as one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. Hilda DC is working on 2,600 subscribers right now. But the reason why I say she's so encouraging is because there's positive affirmations that come through all of her content from this creator, both from herself, special effects on the screen. She even gets Nightbot on the case. You can see that she brings us a lot of different types of content. She posts occasionally now, but she often does taste test challenges or cooking videos and gives us a look at some of the flavors of some of the popular snacks and products that come out that somebody like myself doesn't get to see. I'm in Canada. We only get, probably 10 or 20% of the different things our American neighbors get to see. So it's interesting in that way. Hilda DC is somebody who absolutely stands behind and beside her audience and her community and cares deeply about the YouTube journey and those of us in the Tuber Chat family as well. When we get into the shorts videos on the channel, most of these are in line with her long form content, with a small bit of variety getting now into 6,000 views, one over 47,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel, where we get to see Hilda DC, usually giving us a chance to get to know her lately. Sometimes she's done mukbang style videos in the past. I've been with her many times, I think both on her channel and many others for StreamYard panels. I know a few people are talking about getting some of those back together. There's Michelle, Makeup Mom and Son, and Corinne's Life together with her. She's got lots of frequent guests on her channel. And like I said, I've joined her many times. So hopefully everybody will connect with Hilda DC. We'd love to push her towards that 2,600 subscribers that we know she's thinking about. I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. I know I'm speaking a little bit faster. So yes, Butler Family Farm. Sometimes my descriptions of people's channels towards the end of the stream must not be quite as lengthy and elaborate as they are in the beginning. But we're going to get to as many channels as we can in the next half hour or so. And then I'll have to go look at Tiffany's channel and see if she did the... Pardon me. I'm making a note for myself to see if Tiffany's moved to her premiere, because we'll read into it in another 45 minutes or so. Blessed to Crochet is coming up. Scratching with Riz, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And then what we're going to do right now is take another break for 3.5 minutes. We'll play one more clip, last one for today, of our podcast series. These are interviews listed in a playlist and as a podcast. The conversations are done in an interview style with creators who've been friends of ours for many years. It's very informative. I hope everybody watches all of every episode, maybe even twice, and keep a notepad with you while you do. All of these creators gave us some great insight. They know exactly what we need to hear based on what they've been through in their journey, gaining far beyond 10,000 subscribers.
One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is, how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, 24 emojis available. and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge, and it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently.
Okay.
Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100 because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Midjourney. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there, so I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right. Yeah.
And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea. So much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the Tuber Chat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun. And then you see at a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member, $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this.
All right, we got another creator here getting involved in Vlogmas, it seems. So what happens with series of videos are a lot of people will put out an abundant amount during the holidays of different types. It looks like Vlogmas here. So Blessed to Crochet is somebody, though, that lets us know on their channel the community and the conversation is the focus over here. There's lots of information on the About section. They're here with us just about every day. I know not everybody can be. I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I've got their latest video, and I've put this into my catch-up list. That's just a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. I'll be looking forward to seeing what you've done with that. They've got shorts on their channel. A little bit more variety here, but these have gotten into 9,000 and 10,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. So they got the whole month set up. I keep remembering this when I look at this page, but I've got notifications for all of their live streams, but they've set up the whole month of December by the look of it. Yeah, right through to New Year's, which is really cool. So hopefully everybody will connect with Blessed to Crochet. You'll be inspired in a spiritual way over here as well. And they're obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They happen to be monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And they're working on 1,300 subscribers, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. While we were on that break, I added VMC and New Horizons Above and Beyond onto the wheel. Fever Dream animation was put on there a while ago. We're going to look at their channel right now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
When we look at Fever Dream animation, I actually caught the last couple of videos. I think it was a, I think I ran that video today, or I caught this as a premiere. Yeah, and I ran this video the other day. So it's interesting, the videos that they're putting out lately. It's a lot of like classic films. And I see that they've got another one here, so I'm just going to put this one in my catch-up list. Tough to keep up with them because they're posting frequently, but they got 241 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 300 we know they're thinking about. They post just about every single day. They got some shorts over here as well. These have started to move into 500, 600, and on the way towards 700 views. So Fever Dream Animation, obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and they're here with us for just about every stream. So spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up on the screen. The next member and moderator that we're going to look at is from Canada. This is Rambling with the Brooms coming up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Mitchie Travel is in the house. That's a longtime friend. She's got a couple of channels as well. They've been with us for several years, as has Rambling with the Brooms. Every moderator on this channel is a longtime friend of ours. They're all friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. For that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat. So when we look at Rambling with the Brooms, we see that they are working towards 5,000 subscribers soon enough, or 4,300 for now. Scott has always been an advocate for helping others grow, especially when he finds channels under 100 subscribers. Now, he does a lot of variety here, but I consider this a homesteading channel between the indoor and outdoor content. And Scott is also somebody who will introduce us to a lot of other creators. We'll look at those in a second. He's got shorts over here with some of that famous Canadian winter weather, closer to our nation's capital of Ottawa. He's gotten into 3,000 and almost 8,000 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So Procrastination Thursday and Primetime Friday are a couple of series he's had going on for as long as I can remember. Lots of guests on the channel. He'll introduce us to other creators. He's got a special project going on as well with Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, where they've put together a cruise that's going to go from Seattle to Alaska in the summer of 2025. And that cruise, they're expecting to book somewhere around 100 channels worth of creators and supporters. So a great opportunity for a huge meetup. And Scott's willing to head out hundreds of miles away to meet up with people all the time. I actually met up with him. With Just Jason Keto and more and a few other people this past summer. We're expecting to get together again next month. And hopefully everybody will connect with Rambling with the Brooms. He's also got a second channel now, Travel Escapes with the Brooms, and this is where he seeks to bring us more travel-based content. He's got a couple of videos there right now, and then shorts on the channel also. He's already over 300 subscribers, so we'd love to push him towards the 400 we know he's thinking about. And I see that Rainy Ridge is back in the house, so I put you on the wheel. For any of our members that are still listening that have not been seen yet, just be active in the chat in any way at all. Say anything and I'll get you back onto the wheel. I remove names from time to time. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours. And then, Jesse and Lisa are very influential. They do a ton of giveaways on their channel, but they've been generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters here in the Superchat family a long time. They come in occasionally, but they've had a membership for as long as I can remember as well, so they support even in that way. When we look at Dawn's channel, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me for not being certain if that's a channel that we already know. I'm going to find out in a second here. I'm going to look in the background. Dawn's channel might be new to us. We got a few friends named Dawn with channels, but it'll be good to meet you for the first time. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting's coming up.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Butler Family Farm, that's a really cool thing to go through for a family, right? A first birthday. So hopefully you enjoy that, both of you, Jerry and Susan, but thank you always. And then Silver Assassin Metal Detecting is another longtime friend, actually. They're monetized. There are lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They have worked towards 900 subscribers. They're getting pretty close. We'd love to get them towards that milestone. They do a lot of metal detecting on the channel, but there could be other conversation as well. And I say this all the time about this channel, and we've got a few friends that do metal detecting, or we've got a few metal detecting channels in the Tuber Chat family that come through occasionally. It's not always just the coins. When I think of metal detecting, I'm like, yeah, wouldn't it be nice to find some money? You think about running a metal detecting device along a beach or something, they'll teach you how to do that here. But it's interesting all of the other valuable items that they're able to find, usually with a lot of history as well. And Silver Assassin Metal Detecting has been doing this a long time. They've been with us for years. They post frequently, as you can see. So I've just put the latest video from today in my catch-up list. That'll help me catch up a little bit. They've got shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 1,500, 1,600, and even 3,700 views, which is great to see. And then live streams. They've done a couple of these. We'll see if they're going to pick those back up. We've got notification bells on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. And then I didn't realize today's Pearl Harbor Day, Butler Family Farm. I'll use the excuse I'm Canadian, so I might not have known that right off the top of my head. But thank you for mentioning that as well. It's great that we understand a lot of different major events in history. We've been watching some of those unfold even just over the last 5 to 10 years. And it's an interesting time for the world, that's for sure. I'm sure they're going to talk about this for a while. James Money 615 is in the house. Good to see you here. That's another longtime friend. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
The Stock Explorer is Nora, and this is a creator who comes to us from Florida. They've been a longtime friend as well. They've been with us for probably 4 years. The Stock Explorer is going to talk about the stock markets and a little bit of crypto. They do that in a level-headed and down-to-earth way with everything from beginner topics to advanced tutorials. When we look at the Stock Explorer, we often see product in hand, and it's interesting to go back over some of the other videos and see what they had said earlier, like about NVIDIA. They talked about this a couple years ago. That company's now #1 in the world for market cap, if I understand. Sometimes there are charts and graphs to see on this channel, and sometimes it's friendly conversation. They've really expanded the content over the last couple of years. They've gotten into a lot of lottery ticket scratching, which is another huge category and genre on YouTube. They've got a series of videos now called Scratching with Strangers, and the goal here is to try to get to that 100 views per video, which we talked about earlier in the stream. It's a great almost milestone for your channel when you get to a level of confidence that you know that every video is going to get its 100 views and beyond as a minimum. You know, we all start at zero. We all start from the beginning and wish for that day. When it comes, you know, it's an exciting step. I hope everybody's celebrating their milestones, at least in their mind, if not on their channels. Shorts on this channel feature a lot more wide variety, but these have done well, getting into almost 3,000 views, over 4,000 views, and now over 11,000 views on one of them. Live streams as well. Nora's live frequently, not with a schedule. They do a lot of pop-ups. Actually, sometimes they put them out in advance. And sometimes it's friendly conversation. Sometimes there's charts and graphs. Sometimes we get to know Nora. Sometimes we're talking stocks and crypto. And sometimes we're lottery ticket scratching. They actually battle with a lot of other creators on their channel, and this is really cool because it can get very fast-paced, very exciting. I often talk about the speed of their live chat when you're over there. When you get to the Stock Explorer, you can see that they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, again, Nora is a beloved and dedicated moderator as well as a member here. And they've got a second channel. I'll leave it to you to look at that, but it's called Tropical Buzz, where they seek to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they'll grow themselves. And I'm going to spin the wheel, and New Horizons Above and Beyond is coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So New Horizons Above and Beyond is up on the screen, and they're working on 1,400 subscribers right now. It's pure variety over here because they've changed up the channel and the intention a few times. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos and put this into my catch-up list from a few days ago. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. New Horizons Above and Beyond will bring us shorts, mostly outdoors. These have gotten into 1,600, 1,900 views and beyond, and then when we get into live streams, we see that they've experimented with that. I'm going to look at their About section, and we see that they've got a second channel. It looks like they've changed the name of this one again, so I'll see if I can get to it easily. I wonder about that. Maybe not as easy as I was hoping. Sometimes the search results you will struggle with for a couple of weeks after changing the name of a channel. But let me get back to New Horizons Above and Beyond. And we'll have to leave it for this time. We'll have to try again the next time that they're up. And over the course of the next couple weeks, it'll start to rise up the search results if it's public right now. PK Adventure Travels, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I'm going to add some names to the wheel while we go for our last break of today's stream. In about 20 minutes, we're going to raid into Canadian Family Life, who has a premiere coming up. That'll give us a chance to continue what we're doing, meeting friends and family members. Right before that, we're just going to go for a very quick 3.5-minute break and come back with Rainy Ridge. All right, we're just about back, and we're going to look at Rainy Ridge here. I added PK Adventure Travels onto the wheel. I'll try to get to another couple of channels. We got a few extra minutes here. Jack Snapdragon, good to see you back. Thanks for coming in. I notice you don't have content. I'm just curious if you have a channel that we can check out and want to promote. I don't know if that's somebody that we already know or otherwise. And then when we look at the link that I dropped in the chat earlier, it says raid next. We're going to go over to Canadian Family Life, and they've got a premiere coming up. They'll allow us to continue meeting friends and family members over there. And then I wonder if I know who I wonder if we already know Jack Snapdragon as a friend from quite some time ago who comes in occasionally. with different channels. But if I'm mistaken, that's okay. And then Canadian Family Life will have that premiere coming up, but we'll get to a few more channels right now. I've got the live redirect set, but anybody can hop over there anytime. It's a premiere, so the chat's already running. Rainy Ridge is Eric and Tina Rainey. This is another channel I'm still getting to know. I know I said that the last time as well. Small woodworking shop. They enjoy cutting firewood and being outdoors. I wonder, you must already be connected to Butler Family Farm. The avatar looks similar to a lot of the creators in the homesteading community that we know and love, of course. And then Rainy Ridge is working on 2,400 subscribers right now. They're decorating the office for Christmas. We've actually got a franchise out here. I think it's a franchise or a chain. And the restaurant is called Jack Astor's, and I'm in Canada, of course. But what these guys did that I've seen so far, a couple people have sent me pictures, is they did not, like, let's say, hide from the idea of Christmas. They did the opposite. You cannot be anywhere in the building without Christmas decorations all over the place. They must have spent thousands and thousands. And I think it's really cool. You don't have to be somebody that supports Christmas to appreciate the marketing idea behind this, but they basically like wanted to own Christmas. You know what I mean? So instead of going the other way, I think that's a really cool idea. And of course, whenever you do that kind of thing, you're going to get people wanting to come just to take the Instagram pictures or TikTok videos and things like that. So Rainy Ridge, I'm looking forward to some more of your woodworking here. And then shorts on the channel have gotten into 11,000 and 18,000 views and beyond. And a lot of outdoor content here as well. So obviously coming to us through the homesteading community, if I'm not mistaken. When we look at the live streams, I don't know if I've caught you live yet. Maybe not at all. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. They've got one coming up today, so they'll be live actually shortly. Pardon me. So they'll be showing us a Christmas parade, which will be cool to see, and that's in about an hour and a half from now. I've already got the notification on for that. We always put notifications on for every single channel that we see, or every single premiere and live stream that we see, even though we have the notification bell on for the channel. I'm not sure if it is Jack Snapdragon. I'm assuming you're saying Calgary. I don't know if Jack Astor's goes that far, but it is a wildly successful chain or franchise out here in Ontario.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Oh, Tiffany says she remembers Jack Astor, so I don't know if they're still in New Brunswick then, if they were there. Paranormal Poet, I'm going to get you onto the wheel right now. And we're looking at Just Jason Keto and more. This is one of those days, right? We never know how long it's going to take to get onto the screen after we're already on the wheel. Just Jason Keto and more knows what it's like to be picked first and last. So it's been a 2.5 hour wait or longer today. This is another fellow Canadian. I've met up with him a couple of times. Hopefully again soon. He's only a couple hours away from me, so obviously some famous Canadian winter weather, which is actually featured in his banner and avatar there, which he changes up pretty frequently as well. What he brings on his channel is the idea of healthy eating, healthy living when it comes to keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's got tons of recipes on the channel, lots of product reviews as well. These can give us insight into the ingredients that we're going to use or find and how they're going to impact us. Occasionally he brings variety on the channel, like a GoPro unboxing, an exploration of a new town, or he even head down to Niagara Falls for a Christmas light display not too long ago. He has a lot of informative content on the channel, both from himself and guests that he brings in videos and live streams. And then he heads out hundreds of miles away to places like Keto Palooza to bring us even more informative content from influencers in the keto community. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 5,000, 6,000, even 22,000 views. And I've seen that one. It's entertaining, I can tell you that. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him in the way of Super Chats, memberships, and the like. And then Just Jason Keto and More's got live streams every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, where he either could be by himself giving influence and insight into his community, and the community as well returns when we have questions and comments with a lot of encouragement and inspiration, if that makes sense. Sometimes he'll introduce us to other YouTubers, and then sometimes he brings guests onto the live streams, and once in a while he'll bring us a cook along, sometimes with a multicam setup, which is really cool. So hopefully everybody will enjoy those. He's an over-the-top generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and happens to be a member and a moderator here. And then we'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready. VMC is brand new to us today.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So I'm hoping VMC is still with us. It's a really popular name for a YouTube channel. I'm just going to scan the search results for a second. Your search results will be different from mine, of course. I just want to try to match the avatar. The channels that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. So this is why we search, find, and click on every channel where possible. If not, I will try to find them through their go to channel link if I can get them. Or if VMC is still here, just please say anything in the chat. I think I got them now. And we'll see what they've got going on. What I'm going to do is I'll just drop the link for this channel. We don't do a lot of links here, but this is a really tough channel to find for now. When you have a really popular and short name like this, it can take quite a while to get into the search results, and certainly closer to the top. It might be, I find that creators usually get #1 around the world at about 800 subscribers if they have a popular name. When it's really popular and short like this, it could take longer, but the benefit is it's an easy to remember name, right? So we do a trade-off when we name our YouTube channel. If it's harder to remember, it's easier to find when somebody's looking for it. But if it's very easy to remember like this, you might struggle with the search results because there's so much competition. But this looks like it's bringing us numismatic collectible coins. And forgive me, I wonder if you changed the name of your channel. Oh, and then I see. Thank you for that. Yes, thank you for the insight on the avatar. And then when we look through the videos, this is a channel I've got to get to know. I thought they were brand new to us today. Forgive me, I don't know why I was thinking about that. Of course, I recognize the channel, and you see that I've been through a video also. What I'm going to do, though, I'm going to take another video from this channel. I'll just take a recent one, and this will give me another piece of content to watch. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the content, and over weeks and months by watching videos and hanging out in live streams and premieres, I get to know the content, if that makes any sense. I get to know the channel, get to know the content, and sometimes get to know creators behind the scenes as well. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,200, even 2,100 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they did one of these many months ago. We'll see if they're going to bring out some more. They've got, we've all got notification bells on for every single channel that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. We're going to look at Paranormal Poet in a second here.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
I see Vinnie Mae's coins. I'm going to try to remember that. And it's good to know we're going to learn more about numismatic collectibles and possibly precious metals over there. Paranormal Poet is up right now, and I dropped a link again for our raid. Canadian Family Life has a premiere that will be starting in a few minutes. Everybody is free to go over there. We'll live redirect, and then everybody can continue meeting the same way we do here in Tuber Chat, and I'll be over there as well. Paranormal Poet is up on the screen right now. They've got over 3,000 subscribers, which is great to see. You know, I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of 3,000 and beyond. We saw Paranormal Poet earlier today in another thumbnail. I can't remember for the life of me whose channel they were on. But I noticed it and I mentioned sort of. And then Paranormal Poet will give us information on their About section. They really do have a very unique voice. It's a very radio-friendly voice. I used to work in radio. And then Paranormal Poet has got into 300 views on the way to 400 views on the shorts, which is great. Live streams on the channel as well. I caught them the other day. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. I'm going to rerun this. I might not have been there the whole time. That's a 5-hour live stream, but I will make sure that it reruns so that you get full watch time for that. And then hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these soon enough. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Paranormal Poet. They're here with us frequently. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. PK Adventure Travels coming up. I'm going to put Henry Leslie Vermont on there as well. They're a longtime friend and an incredibly supportive channel, not just here in Tuber Chat. I run into them out supporting other creators as well. And then PK Adventure Travels is up on the screen right now, and we'll see what they got going on.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
This is a cool idea. I've read this About section a couple of times, but they say they're a group of friends that love to travel and have fun finding new adventures. They'll always take the scenic route, which is a really cool idea. I'm just going to grab their latest video, the Carnival Mardi Gras tour. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with your latest video. They've also got a premiere coming up later tonight, so everybody can set the notification for that. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and they're working on 800 subscribers. They've got shorts on their channel that have gotten into 10,000 views, even 12,000 on one of these, which is great to see, and then live streams. So they're set up for a couple of these as well in the coming days. Hopefully we'll catch them for a couple of those. I know it's been a while since I caught you again, a couple weeks. And PK Adventure Travels is here with us frequently as well, so obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here for every stream, and certainly not for 3 hours every time we're here. Thank you to our moderators. I know everybody realizes our streams wouldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help. And Henry Leslie Vermont is up on the screen right now with 457 subscribers. This is another creator who's incredibly supportive. I run into them regularly supporting others almost every day with Michael's Adventures, actually. They're working on 500. We love to push them a little bit farther. They've got a lot of trail cam footage here that's going to bring us a lot of wildlife. And then when we look at shorts on this channel, we see that Henry Leslie Vermont will bring us 4,500, 4,800, even 6,400 views on some of these shorts videos, which is great to see. And then when we get into live streams, we see they've done a few of these, and they've brought us a couple of test streams to bring us some of that winter weather. Hopefully everybody will connect with Henry Leslie Vermont and get some of that support coming back to you as well. And again, everybody, thanks for hanging out today. I'll leave this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes like I always do, and then I will drop the link again for Canadian Family Life. Their premiere should be starting any second. We'll roll over there, and then everybody can keep meeting friends and family members. I'm unsure when the next stream is going to be, but we'll aim for Monday, probably Tuesday. As soon as I can be sure, I'll post in advance. I probably won't be able to do that until Monday afternoon, but I'll let the moderators know as soon as I got a time slot. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you with Tiffany's Canadian Family Life. Bye-bye.